Welcome to the Tradies in Business podcast with your hosts Warwick Bidwell and Nicole Cox. Divert your phone and grab a brew as Waz and Nick unpack tips, tales, secrets and stuff-ups from guests both inside and outside your trade, helping educate and inspire you to break the cycle of gut-busting and money stress and create a true trade business.
G'day, listeners and Coxie and your listeners.
Hello. That's weird. How are you, Warwick?
Yeah, that was weird. Like all the other intros weren't weird for the last 500 odd episodes.
Well, we do some weird stuff. Are we ever going to mix it up and put half the episode, then do the music and then do the rest of the episode?
What?
You know, lots of podcasts start with the guests or the hosts actually talking and then the words, the music, the jingle comes in.
Oh, they have a snapshot at the start and then a jingle.
Snapshot.
And then the rest of the episode.
Yes, they do. I like the word snapshot. It's very cute.
Speaking of shots, no, not vodka. We're talking, well, I'm going to talk about today. I don't know what you're going to talk about, Coxie. I'm talking about golf.
I suck at golf. Do you play golf?
No, I do not.
My neighbour plays golf and he's out there banging on his ball probably 10, 15 times a day. He's got a stupid net thing. You want such a child, Warwick. And he will get out there and he will hit his balls. Stop being a 2-year-old.
I'm sorry, listeners.
Several times a day, practicing for when he's allowed to get back onto the course again.
In public.
And then we have a very good friend who was invited to play the British Open.
Wow.
And I think maybe he went, but I don't remember the rest of that story. They were boozy nights. I can't recall all of those stories. Lovely, lovely man. And then we have one of my son's good mates plays on the Pro Tour now too.
Wowzers.
Young fellow. Yeah, we've got quite a bit of golf. And I can't hit a ball. I can swing at a ball, but I can't hit it. Can you imagine?
I bet the builder's happy about that. So we're talking about putting today. I suck at golf too, Coxie. Actually, I don't. I'm not awful, but I'm pretty shit. And I don't enjoy golf at all. It's just not my sport.
I like the walk.
No, I don't even like that. Everything's mowed and flat, and
it's beautiful.
Like hiking mountain ranges and sleeping in the snow and stuff. So
yeah, you're weird. I get it.
Yes. So golf's not my thing, and that's quite okay. We all have our own flavour. And we're still going to talk about golf today because Coxie loves nothing more than to watch someone. This is meant to be a serious teaching episode, Nicole.
It was meant to. You've ruined it.
You've just absolutely ruined it. You've
How did
rained
I
on my
ruin
parade of philosophy and learning today about being a great tradie in business and taking the 1-foot putts.
Okay, so tell us about the 1-foot putts.
Well, this was actually shared with us by one of our tradiepreneurs in a coaching session. In one of our tradiepreneur coaching sessions recently, a fabulous man called Mr. Ray or Mr. Ed. So he's either a horse or a stingray. Maybe he's a cross between. What do you get when you cross a horse with a stingray, Nicole?
Ed Ray.
G'day, Ed. We know you listen. You sad, sad man. So Ed actually brought a fantastic little analogy to rival the Was analogy game in a coaching session recently. And he was talking about a story that apparently Greg Norman used to turn up early before a big Pro-Am or whatever the heck it was, a golf tournament. And he would go and, you know, most people go to the putting green, like the practice green, and they knock a few putts in before they start playing a round of golf. And the shark, my kinship, would turn up and instead of putting, 6 foot from the hole, 10 foot from the hole, he'd actually just knock these little short 1-foot putts in. And supposedly, I think, Ed, you can correct this story, mate, on social media for us. Norman was asked about why he was putting from such a short distance. And he's like, well, I'm sinking all these putts. It helps me build my confidence. And then when I actually go out and do the bigger stuff, I already know and I have the confidence that I've been sinking these 1 foot putts. So the analogy, listeners, if you're still awake, was that for us in business, in life, whatever it is, a fantastic way to build our confidence with new things, with change, is to look for the 1 foot putts as an analogy, right? Not literally go out to the golf course, because you're probably not going to get much invoicing done if you're out on the putting green. Maybe that's your problem. And so the 1 foot putts might be just to get a couple of smaller invoices out this week, instead of trying to get all of your invoices up to date because you've got $26,433 that you haven't invoiced yet. Maybe it's just post once a week to 1 social media channel instead of trying to do every day to 3 channels. So it's just building your confidence and looking for those shorter parts where it's like, you know what, that's a bit of a gimme. It doesn't really seem like it's going to do much for me, but in reality, it builds confidence. It gets you into the rhythm. It's actually laying down some good muscle memory so that when you actually start to stretch the distance out or, take on bigger tasks, then you're able to complete those with much more success than if you just went straight for the big task without any sort of lead up to it.
Thanks for listening. I think you unpacked it all. There's not much more to add to that other than small steps create big change. And unless we start small and start moving towards the change that we wish to see in our business or life, nothing will change. We'll always be doing the same thing all the time. So use your 1 foot putt or your small step today to step towards where you need to be to make that big change. Super simple. I actually don't think there's anything here you can elaborate on.
You're still standing there thinking about your neighbour banging his balls around in public, aren't you?
No, I'm not worried because I'm not like you.
All right, listeners. So if you would like some help to get started with the 1 foot putts, you can go to our new thingy that we've got. What is it? It's a page. That's right. It's a page on our website.
Has this even been created yet? Yes, of course it's been created. It's up and ready to go.
It has. There's just nothing on it. So go to our new page, which clearly we will be rushing through so that it's ready by the time this episode goes to air. Just go to tradiesinbusiness.com.au/free. FREE. I don't have a speech impediment. /free, and you'll find a bunch of things there that can help you get started on your road to change, including a few 1 foot putts.
While you're there talking about small steps, please download the challenge challenge
Worksheet.
document worksheet that will give you the month of September. So you're ready to go and you can choose from one of the list of 15 as your daily wellness exercise. That is so wanky, and yet I went there anyway. Your daily wellness choice. We'd love to hear about it. We want you to share it on social media. It kicks off next week on the 1st, which I kind of think and hope is Wednesday. Yes, it is Wednesday, the 1st of September for the month of September. We are encouraging, I was just trying to remember, does it have 30 or 31? 30 days in September. We're encouraging you to choose one thing from the list or make up your own. We're actually okay if you make up your own, something that you enjoy doing that's great for your health and well-being, and share it on social media with us. Let's get a groundswell of healthy tradies who don't yawn in the middle of the podcast.
You started it.
I did.
You busted out about 7 before we hit record.
Did.
Sleep 7.5 hours. That should be on the list.
That's because I haven't done my 30 minutes of exercise yet today. I should have done it this morning. I only did 15 this morning. Anyway, please go and download your list. Jump on board this challenge with us. Find a healthy thing you can participate in today. I use thing far too much. And join us by sharing a photo. Get uploaded. Let's talk mental health. Let's talk physical well-being in your trade community.
Let's get physical.
You know what? I dare you.
Could have seen me jumping around like that.
I dare you on one of those occasions when you're lifting your heavy things, or you are moving mindfully, or you're meditating, to be wearing leg warmers.
Leg warmers. Well, I don't own any, so I'll have to...
Sort that out.
Does electrical tape count?
No, you can cut the feet out of socks though. Get some footy socks, cut the feet out.
My socks cost too much money to massacre them like that.
Get some inexpensive ones.
We'll have to hit up, what's that clothing brand that stole our name? Hit them up for some free socks.
Thanks for listening.
You've been listening to the Tradies in Business podcast with Warwick Bidwell and Nicole Cox. Find out more about today's guest, tools for your trade business, and other cool stuff at tradiesinbusiness.com.au.